It all started when I was 9. My mom sold me for drugs. She used to have her boyfriends rape me so that she can get heroin.
There's no such thing as child prostitution. They're victims. We get them off the streets. If we don't go after a trafficker, the cycle is going to continue.
You don't learn your lesson, do you?
Most of the pimps motivate them through violence, fear. They'll change their names, they'll change their numbers. It's just a matter of trying to track them down.
Oh! You're right, you're okay.
This is the story of a hidden epidemic in modern America. It's 4 o'clock in the morning in south central Los Angeles, and vice officers are on patrol looking for girls on what they call the tracks.
A track is just an area where high prostitution, pimping, and human trafficking occur. And they usually call it a track, a stroll, or a blade. Those are the 3 terms that they use. The terminology when it comes to, pimping and pandering and trafficking, it's its own world. They have their own terminology, they have their own rules. And if you don't abide by those rules, then obviously the consequences can be pretty severe, especially for the victims.
It's a small undercover team trying a different approach, treating young women not as prostitutes, but as victims of child trafficking.
Everybody always says, well, how come they don't just, if they need help, how come they don't sit on the corner and go, police, police? It just doesn't work that way. Most of them don't see themselves as a victim, until we end up rescuing them and they start going through, counseling, and they start realizing, wow, maybe I really was a victim, because they just don't see themselves as one. Or the other half of them, they're so scared. They're absolutely scared of their trafficker, or their pimp. Not only what he does to them mentally, but what he does to them physically. They're afraid to leave because they're, of course, of the repercussions. Essentially, you're just re-victimizing them by putting them through the court process, and you're calling them a prostitute, and we don't do that. There's no such thing as child prostitution. They're victims. We deem it a rescue and recovery mode.
4 in Western. Roger, responding from 8-4 in Western.
Roger, Greg Hoodie.
We're going to head over to an area that's a truck stop that's becoming increasingly popular. So here we go. Girls are literally standing in the middle of the street. That's how blatant it is right here. You can see there. I see 3 of them already. They will come right up to the car. There's 4 of them.
In the headlights, you see the scale of it. They see familiar faces.
Hey, you guys, I want to follow this girl. She's loading up in this Honda. I want to follow her off and jam her because it might be my girl from Texas. So, yeah, we're going to be southbound Long Beach. It's going to be a red 2-door Honda later model.
After a short chase, the driver realizes he's in trouble.
Wow.
He gets away and disappears after dumping the young woman.
You don't learn your lesson, do you?
The officer had run into Maria 5 days earlier during a raid on a flat. She told them then she'd return to her family in Texas.
So, okay, she's 18 years old. She wants to be there. It's fine. I keep telling her, you should come with us. I'll get you back to Texas. She's going back and forth, and she says, no, I'm just going to stay here. So we let her stay. She was supposed to go home this past weekend to Texas to be with her mom. Today is her mom's birthday. And ironically, we are now sitting in front of us working Long Beach Boulevard.
She told us why she continues to take what they call car dates.
It's cold. I'm trying to get in any car I can, take any date, but it's scary because recently I got robbed. I had a gun to my head and stuff, so I was now I'm more observant of what kind of car I get in and who I'm with and stuff, so it's pretty scary, but.
She declined the police offer of a way out.
I can get out anyway, anytime I want, but it's to me, I see it as just easy money, so I don't see a problem with it. I mean, I don't like having sex with random people. I don't like doing all that with random people because I don't trust people, but it's easy money, so. It all started when I was 9. My mom sold me for drugs, and she used to have her boyfriends rape me so that she can get heroin. And
Sandy has found a way out. Now 17, through a shelter called Children of the Night.
There's a bunch of young girls that go into prostitution because it's easy and fast money. That's what everyone wants. No one wants to sit there and work a 9-to-5 job earning a total of maybe $500 a week when you can earn $1,000 a day.
Even now, as she prepares to leave this shelter, she's not certain she won't return to her old ways.
Like, obviously, no one wants to be in prostitution deep down, but I feel like the streets is what's always there for everyone. I mean, with no family or parents there, no one cares about you if you're in the street. No one's looking for you at night. No one's calling the police station to make a missing persons report saying, oh, my 10-year-old daughter's in the street and I don't know where she is. That's why girls go into prostitution and get involved with the street, because no one cares about us. My parents didn't care about me. Where else was there to go?
The shelter, built in a former post office north of Los Angeles, was started with a grant from Playboy founder Hugh Hefner. In more than 30 years, it's helped 10,000 teenagers. Its founder believes the new police approach is wrong.
Simply because the children who are being forced to prostitute don't know the word trafficking applies to them. Police officers call them prostitutes, parents call them prostitutes, customers call them prostitutes, pimps call them prostitutes. Why are the do-gooders, the helpers, so offended by the word? Let's not make, it's an ugly thing that happens to a child. Why don't we change what the reference is of prostitution, that you were forced to do unspeakable things with your little body? Child prostitution starts at home. The answer is to identify these children at birth in hospitals through uniform drug testing, the hair follicle test, which is a reliable test that will give you the mother's drug history, and to identify those children and remove them so they never hit the crack house, to give the mother a chance to straighten up and pull her life together and make those children eligible for adoption when they're 2.
How was the crime scene process?
Very well.
Not far from that shelter, child trafficking is a regular feature at the crime meetings for the LAPD's Van Nuys district. The area is a focus for prostitution.
Children, specifically as it relates to human trafficking, they are the victims. Once they're minors, they cannot give legal consent to engage in sexual intercourse, and they're just being taken advantage by these individuals that want to, make money out of them. This is, in essence, modern-day slavery.
How are you? I'm doing well. What's going on? What's going on? I'm good. What's up? Come here.
The young woman was eventually stopped by undercover officers, where they noticed another growing phenomenon.
You blasted your face with your grandfather? Come on.
It's my grandfather.
The tattoos being used by pimps to effectively brand women as property.
She's got a tattoo on her face that says Papa. She says it's her grandfather. The facial tattoos are getting more and more common nowadays with these pimps and these traffickers. So when you're telling me that you're tattooing your grandfather's name on your face, it's a little hard to believe.
And this is the branding, in effect,
correct,
going on.
No different that you would label cattle or property. Something that you write on the outside of your brown bag when you take your lunch to work and put in the refrigerator so everybody knows, hey, this belongs to me. They put their names on them.
Hey, I saw your ad. I was wondering if you had some time for me.
This man is a vice officer, posing as a potential customer from a hotel room in downtown Los Angeles and calling one of the hundreds of girls advertising online.
$3.20 for the hour. I think I can do that. Do you think you're worth it? They'll post an age of 19, but in reality, they turn out to be 15, 16, 17, and things of that nature. So our goal is that the numbers they post, the phone numbers, the locations, and different areas they put out, our goal is to hopefully call them, have them come down here, meet us, and hopefully be able to identify them as juveniles and do what we need to do to make sure we get them out of this lifestyle.
Come here, honey. Oh! You're right. You're okay. Here, you're right. There you go. Just put your palms together. You're okay.
It turns out Jessica is 20. She declined the offer of a way out of this work.
Anything on you? No. Come here. Here, give me your backpack. There you go. There you go.
The next girl to arrive, Chastity, was more willing to talk to officers.
Our job here is to try to help girls in your situation get out of the life. All right? But we only can meet you halfway.
Okay.
But I can tell you right now, you're very young, okay? You haven't got too far into the game yet. but it's getting there. Okay? I call this a wake-up call. You know?
But in the end declined their offer. Police say often the power of the pimp is greater.
I guess, like, it's just that I don't have the courage to leave him because I think it's because I love him too much, or I don't know.
Some guys pull up and say, you want to go to a party? And he becomes her boyfriend, and he gets her hair done, and he buys her clothes, and she gets her nails done. That's better than where she came from. So when she's having sex with 100 men for money and giving him the money, she loves him. It's very much like domestic violence. The highs are as high as the lows are low.
For those the police do reach, the night can end like this. They admit it is a struggle to reach the youngest and most vulnerable. Just offering that way out would at least save some. Greg Milam, Sky News, Los Angeles.